this.
Perfect.
Okay, you guys. So we have some questions today. She knows some, but she doesn't know all. So these are some of the questions. You probably can't see it, but I just wanted to give y'all a little rundown. So the first question that I have for you is, how would you say your love life is, and is it helping you grow?
Oh my goodness, such a great question. So y'all, yes, I do feel like, well, for one, I am dating. I just started dating actually at the top of September. So I've been single, y'all. Fun fact. I've been single for about 3-4 years now. So I've been 100% by myself for the past 3-4 years. And that is what brought me closer to God. To just start there, just to give y'all a little backstory. Like, that's really what brought me closer to God, because, you know, my last relationship, it brought me to my to my knees. I couldn't do it anymore with just being unhappy and being depressed and just not being the woman that I know God has called me to be. So when I finally just let that go 100%, I realized that it's something so much bigger than all of us, and it's God.
It is.
And so when I finally did that, sis, my life has been amazing ever since. I don't want to say perfect, but it's been amazing, because no matter what I go through, I know that God is on my side, and He's gonna bring me through at the end of the day. Like, it's always a bigger picture. So yes, to give y'all that little backstory. But yes, so now I feel like I'm in a position to where I can date, because I feel like, you know, even though I've been single for the past 3-4 years, I've been having opportunities where, you know, God, she shows me like, okay, are you ready for that? And I haven't been ready. Like, you know, I would attract all these different type of men because I wasn't healed and I wasn't okay. And it feels so good to be able to, you know, really admit that now, because I'm on the other side. I'm not there no more. Yeah. So it feels so good to just attract a man that is of God, number one, and that sees so much more than just, you know, sex and, you know, the beauty and all that stuff. Like, it's deeper than that. And I'm so happy with where I'm at. So yes, I am dating, and yes, it has brought me close. It's bringing me more and more closer to God. I'm bringing him closer to God. Like, we're in this together. And honey, we dating to marry. We not even look, because dating is not. God doesn't want everybody to be in relationship. Like, He wants everybody's supposed to be married. So, you know, that's what we're working towards and stuff. And I'm just really grateful. Like, we keeping God in the center, okay?
Y'all know.
Yes.
But no, I really, really love that for you, and I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy you get to experience that. And I understand in the singleness and walking into that, because I've been single since 2022. I had my dib and dab and fair share. I wasn't a saint, but I think it's beautiful that you realize that you weren't ready, and now you're becoming ready, because that's actually where I am. I wasn't ready, and I was like, dang, and I thought I was ready though. And I have so many humbling moments that show me that I was not ready. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is amazing.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. That means the world, for real. God working. He working.
Hello. But that helps us to maneuver to our second question.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh, okay. So in 5 years, y'all, I do want to have my event planning business up and running and at the top by then. So for those who don't know, I am an event planner. So I have a business called the K Collection Events, and it's amazing. I started it for real last year. I've been doing events my whole life, but really starting my business, I started it last year, and it's been amazing since. But of course, you know how it is. Any business, it takes a minute to grow from the ground, and you gotta go get it. Like, it's not going to just come to you all the time. Yeah. Most of the time, it don't. So some people are fortunate enough to where it does just come to them. It drops in their lap. But I feel like it's worth more when you gotta go in and work for it. Okay.
Hello.
And you ain't gonna lose it at that point when you done worked so hard.
When you did all that, you gonna fight for it.
You're gonna fight for it. So, you know, I see that God has a plan. Now more than ever, I see that God has a plan, and that, you know, I'm just being patient. He's patient with us. I'm going to be patient with him. And, you know, I'm excited to see what He has in store for me. So, yeah, saying all that to say, I do want to have my event planning business up and running, like really up there by then, having a lot of consistent clients back to back. I want to have a family. I do want to be, I don't have to be married in 5 years. Like, this is just you know, it would be nice or whatever, but I definitely, whatever God wants is what I want. But if I could, you know, planet, I guess I would say, you know, I would like to be married in 5 years. That would be nice. And I would love to have a family. I want to be a wife and a mom for sure. Like no other. I love, I love kids. I just love being a lover. And, you know, now that I'm discovering what a wife is to God and what marriage is to God, like it's more serious now. So I know that, you know, whenever I do get into it, I'll take it so serious. So.
I love that. And I speak abundance over your life. I speak love over your life. I speak wealth over your life. I speak a thriving business over your life.
You're amazing.
I speak marriage over your life. Like whatever you see with the naked eye, like whatever you see, you can obtain. So whatever you want, like, and make sure you don't say like, not even that. Advice I would give is to walk in the now. So walk as if it's already happened for you, and speak like I am married. Like Jesus. And the thing is, some people might think you're crazy, but it just shows things manifest themselves. Manifestation is real, but it's God showing you who He is, because you made sure you stayed still and you depended on God, and you didn't have too many things going on where you can't be connected to God. So I really, really love that.
Yes, so thank you, sis. And I would like to, just to add on too, like I do want to continue to keep serving, because that's just the biggest thing that I've been learning with my walk with God. Like, it's not about us.
Yeah,
it's not about us. We are here to do what He wants us to do. It needs us to do. Yes. So, you know, I found so much joy in I've always loved women empowerment. That's just been me my whole life. But, you know, now that I'm in this walk with God, it's bigger than just let me just help them with, you know, the boy stuff and the this, that. Like, it's bigger than that. Like, I want to help them get closer to God, because essentially, like, we are all here to become His disciple and walk this walk with Him. So I'm excited to do that in the future. I would love to have like a program or something like that, just to help like younger women, or just whatever the case like that. I don't know what it would look like, but I do want to help mentor and just give other girls, you know, like when I was 16, so a lot of girls didn't have that, like, you know, a mentor, somebody to help them, you know, guide through life and stuff like that. So I was blessed enough to have a big sister that helped me a lot with that, but a lot of girls don't have that. So
yeah, that's true. I love that. So my next question is, if you can describe your life in 2 words, what would you say and why?
Okay, so for me, it would be blessed and capable. So
that's how we came up with the name today, you guys. Let's continue.
I love it. And I just love her idea of that. But so blessed, I say blessed because, not because of what God has blessed me with. The materialistic things are always amazing and I'll always be grateful. But blessed because God has brought me out of so many seasons where I just thought I would be there forever. And I know that if I didn't give my life to God the way that I did, like, I would still be there. I would still be there. And girl, I just know that I shouldn't be where I'm at. Like, we do not be deserving what God does for us. And, you know, that's why it's so important to reflect, because you really can think back and, wow, I should never came out of that, but He got me out of that. So what do I need to give to Him to show Him that I'm grateful and that I'm going to keep going hard so that I don't ever got to go back there, because He don't got to do nothing.
Exactly.
But He does it. So that's blessed to me. And I feel like all of us are blessed, but I feel like it takes for people to really get connected to God to realize it's bigger than just, oh, He blessed me with, you know, a new car, a new phone, or, you know, all that stuff. Like, that's amazing as well. But let's get into the real deal. Like, He just took, a little, is it showing on the camera? A little bit?
Probably not. It's like so little.
Okay. So probably this hair stuff.
Yeah, hair stuff. Yeah,
eco.
I know. Eco sound.
I know. But yes, so I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful, sis. So I say blessed for sure, and I'm capable because, you know, piggybacking off of blessed, I feel like He has shown me that I'm capable of doing anything. Stuff that I felt like I couldn't let go, things that I felt like I couldn't do, I couldn't accomplish. Like, He said, girl, please.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put your trust in me and let me take the wheel, and you will see what you're capable of. And girl, I feel more capable to do anything now more than ever because He's on my side. So
I love that for you.
Thank you, sis.
I love that. Okay, so moving on to my next question.
Yes.
How was your upbringing with your mom and dad, and how would you say it shaped you, and how is your relationship with them now?
Okay, yes. So I have I have two dads. So I have my mom, my mom, and she is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She has literally just been the light of my life. Like everybody that knows me knows that I am just so connected. I love my mom so much, and she's one of the most she is the most amazing woman I've ever met. And I would not be the woman that I am today if it wasn't for her. So shout out to you, girl.
I love that.
But yes, and then I'm the only child as well on my mom's side, so I feel like that's another reason why we're so close. And I'm grateful for that because when I was younger, of course, I was like, I hate being only child. And the spotlight is really on you, sis, when it's just only you. So, but as I've gotten older, I realized like that has been such a blessing because we've gained that relationship, we grew it, and it's hard. I feel like when you have so many siblings and stuff, it's hard for you to get that unless you make that time. But that one-on-one time with your parents,
with their parents,
yes,
I feel like that's why I'm creating that with my daughter.
Yes,
because I didn't have that. So beautiful. I am creating, and I won't, dim a light on my mom. Like when I was younger, it was, it was okay, but I feel like mentally a lot of things were different. So me and my mom don't have like a close knit relationship. I still love my mom, of course. She's my mom, but deeper in my podcast, I'll
and I love that.
But yeah, I love that you said that because that's what I'm trying to do for my daughter.
And I can see that all day, sis. You and your daughter's relationship. I see how much you love on her. She not gonna. I feel like kids, they remember at this age that she's at, they remember everything, and so it's important to instill all that right now. So I love that, sis. And so yeah, my dad. So I have a stepdad and I have a dad. So my blood father, we haven't always been the closest, but I will say now, like we are definitely. We're trying to build something that we didn't have before, but he's always been, present and, always try to, have that relationship with me a little bit. But I feel like now that I'm older, I'm kind of meeting him in the middle and it's helping both of us. So I do appreciate that. But even though I didn't really have too much of a relationship with him, I had my stepdad, and my stepdad has been in my life since I've been 7 years old. And he has just been, phenomenal. Like he's definitely a man that I would like the qualities that he has. I would like for that to be my husband. And the guy that I'm dating, he definitely has his qualities for sure. But he's such an amazing, godly man, sis, and he's such a nurturer. Like he's a provider. He's everything that a man should really be as a father. And I just, like I said, I always reflect, sis. That's like one of the biggest things that I do. And when I reflect, I'm like, even though you didn't have that. From your real dad, God always replaces, because our real father, our daddy, is him.
Yeah.
That's the number one.
For sure.
And so it's like, I came to the point now where I'm just like, if I never did have that, with my real dad, like I'm okay because I'm fulfilled with God by himself. But, like I'm so grateful for my stepdad. Like he still kind of replaced what I didn't have with him. And I couldn't even complain anymore. But now that I'm getting older, he's blessing me times 100 with, me getting back close with my real dad. Yes. Yeah, so it's beautiful, sis. So yes.
I love that. And I feel like it's so great to hear opposite stories from yourself, because I don't have a great relationship with my mom or dad. My dad left when I was younger.
Okay, yes.
My dad came back around, but I feel like until my dad forgives himself, he won't be able to be the dad he needs to be, which is okay. I've grew to the point where, like you said, the center and the core of the father that we need is here, and anything else is extra. So it's like if he comes around, I won't stop him. You know what I'm saying? He's still my dad. But same with my mom. If it ever gets to a place where it gets really to be a really nice relationship, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. For both, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I still love them.
I still love you. That's what he wants, sis. Come on, sis. And I love that for
you.
I just see you glowing beautiful, like beautifully. Like you're not holding on to nothing. Like, and that's what it is. Like he doesn't want us holding on to bondage and all this hurt and stuff like that, because we can't grow. And at the end of the day, we're blocking our own blessings. And I just be wanting to preach that so much, sis, because so many people they want to stay hurt, and it turns into bitterness. Forever. And you block so many blessings. You can't even get what's next, what he's trying to give you, because you're not
right there at the center.
Come on.
Woo! Okay. Now this will help with moving down to our next question.
Yeah.
Have you had any friendship that brought you to a place you aren't proud of?
Oh, absolutely.
And how did you recover? Like, how did you grow from that situation?
Whew, okay, so I've definitely had quite a few, sis. I would say that how did I get out of it? So what was that the question? Did you say? Okay.
Yeah, how did you grow from it?
So how did I grow from it? I feel like so just before that, to get out of it, it took me a minute because I didn't really know my worth. And I was still just putting up with whatever because, we've been friends for so long or, just I felt bad for you. I didn't want to leave you because I know what you're going through. And, but like I said, since the closer I got to God and I realized like, he doesn't want this for you. He doesn't want you to be unhappy in your relationships. Like, of course, nothing is going to be perfect when it comes to relationships. Like everything is a work in progress, whether it's romantic, whatever, like you're going to have to put work into it. But
exactly.
I just feel like, you're not supposed to be dealing with no toxic stuff in relationships. Exactly. Like, we're supposed to be pouring into each other. And if that's not what it is, if it's more so you just all of this, you gossiping and this and that, and you putting all your hurts and stuff on me, and then I'm not really gaining nothing. I'm helping you, but it's people don't even realize like that stuff is really like draining. It's like when you constantly hearing people's issues and they don't care, like because they'll just keep springing it on you if you have no boundaries. So I had to learn boundaries, and that's what made me realize, okay, I got to get out of this. So, and what made me grow from it is again just realizing that I don't have to deal with anything I don't want to put up with. Like God doesn't want that for me, and I've been happier. Like I feel like it's all about the mindset. Like you gotta fix your mindset. You deserve better. Go get better. And I feel like that's how I attracted the type of women that are around me now. Like I don't have anybody around me that's talking, gossiping and stuff because gossiping is literally he talk about it in the Bible. It's not of God at all. And of course we're women. Like we done all been through the talking on the phone all the time, talking about her, talking. And I'm just like, when you're not in that stage no more, and people still want to just continue to put all that on you and stuff. It's a real thing, sis. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Listen,
you gotta go.
I disconnected from 5 friends last year at the same time.
That's powerful.
So it made me feel like it was my fault at a time. And then I had to realize and sit back. But also one thing that I do feel like people should take heed on when you do fall out with them friends, look at something that you can fix about yourself and look at things that you could have done better in that friendship. Not saying you're the blame for the friendship ending,
accountability,
but showing that there was something that you could have done better so that now this next go around you get other friends, or the friends you still have, you pour into them and you pour into the new friends that come that God brings you, so that you can create healthy relationships. And that's what I did. I realized that those weren't healthy friendships and I had to release them. And I was okay. I don't hate any of them. One of them, I wish them well. God bless them. I hope that everything works out for them. I still have love for them. They just not my friends no more, and that's okay. And I feel like, so it's amazing for you to come to that realization, because life does throw you some curveballs in friendships, but it's just a test to maneuver and go around. So
absolutely, sis.
But
absolutely.
Moving down to my next question. Yes. How do you overcome questioning God? Like, and for instance, like when the friendships were ending, or when the relationship was bad that you had previously, when the doubts with your dad and things like that. Like, how did you get to a place where when you start questioning God, to make sure you came out of that and overcame those things?
Absolutely, sis. So, number one, prayer. I know it sounds so cliche. Everybody say it, but when you really connected with God, that's a real thing. And you got to be patient. That's the word of the year, really. But that was the word of the month that I really focused on, being patient. Like being patient with yourself, being patient with others. But I feel like I had to pray and had to get into my word, because yes, praying works, but I feel like you got to do both. So you can really understand that, 100%. It's a reason why you go through things, and things, again, like I was saying earlier, everything that happens to us, it ain't about you. It ain't about you. It's a bigger picture, but you only know that if you locked in your word and you locked in with God. But again, and like I said, it took me so long to get to this point, sis, and I want to put that out there too, y'all. Like this walk, I've been doing this for about 3-4 years. Like I believed in God my whole life, but it's a difference between a believer and a disciple.
Hello.
And
same for me.
Come on. Listen. And so, it took me time to really realize, like, he says it all throughout the Bible, like, I don't do things to hurt you and to make you, like, it's not for that, but I got to put you through things so that, you can be a testimony to others, so you can help others.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, once you finally get out that mindset that, oh, God trying to punish me and he trying to do this, and it's I'm just so like, no, because it's not about that. You gotta help. It's testimonies for other people. And once I finally realized that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good, God. Whatever you gotta put me through, it's not gonna stop. Like, you're gonna always keep going through things,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, I'm okay with it now, because I'm like, okay, it's for the greater good. Like, I know what's gonna, whatever. If I'm going through the trenches, I'm about to get to the next biggest blessing that he got for me.
Period.
But you can't be afraid to go through things, because
you ain't
that's
gonna
a part
get,
of the plan. How you gonna grow?
You ain't gonna get where God needs you to be.
Come
like
on.
It's like that thing where it was the teddy bear. God had the big teddy bear behind him, but the little teddy bear.
Oh, that picture,
little,
yes.
The little teddy bear was in front, and it's like sometimes things look good when it's in front of you, but if you stay there and you stay stagnant, or you're okay, or you settle for something, for instance, like we're working these jobs so that we can be able to be in a space for our business, so we can thrive in our business, and so we can learn how to handle our business properly, and to be able to be invested in our business and make the funds for our business that generates everything we need and what we want.
Yes.
But until then, we have a foundation. But what if we got stuck at that foundation because it seemed okay? It seemed good. We were making a good enough amount of money where we felt like it was sustainable to just sit there. But God is like, I have something on the other side for you. If you keep thriving in your business, you keep working in your business, I will give you the desires of your heart. But right now, I need you to stay down. I need you to go to that job.
Yep.
Work from home. You know, like me, I work from home. Do that job that you know in your heart, the burning desire that you want to do your business. But right now, you know that you can't just do your business, and you can't quit the job, because the job is the foundation to be able to invest in your business, you know?
Patience.
And so I feel like knowing that whatever you go through, God is going to get you out of it. When I lost everything last year, that told me, like, after that accident, everything, that's when I was grounded like you. I've known God my whole life, had a relationship with my whole life, but it didn't sit until I lost everything I had. While a 4-year-old was watching me lose it. And while she was saying, can I go home every night? Right? And so I feel like the overcoming is amazing, because the way that you overcame it, the way that you're understanding, like, God is who you need and God needs to direct your path, I feel like that's beautiful. So
thank you, sis. Thank you. He working, girl, through all of us.
Listen,
because your story is beautiful as well. Like, you still standing. Beautiful house, beautiful child, car. You got it all. We got what you need. You got what you need, and I love it. I love it for you, sis.
Thank you. So I want you to tell the people what you are afraid of now, and how have you worked to try to get unstuck out of that, and what are you going to do so that you can stop being afraid?
I love that question. I love it. So, to answer that in the most completely honest way, I am not afraid of anything anymore, y'all. I don't operate by fear. I don't let fear drive me anymore, because I am okay, cool. I am a full believer and disciple of God, and He says that, like, if you are my disciple, fear that don't roll over here. So, yes, y'all, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. That doesn't mean that, I do have my times where, I get nervous and stuff about things, but like anything that God places in my lap, like I've been saying the whole podcast, like I'm ready to do whatever he's ready to put me through, because I trust him, and, I know he's by my side no matter what. So I definitely, it took, again, like I was saying earlier, it took a long time for me to even get to this point, because before I did let fear operate me, I was scared to do so many different things, and, taking chances, and, doing things to get me uncomfortable. But no, like, honestly, that's my favorite thing to do now, doing things that gets me uncomfortable, because if it's not doing that, then it's not helping me grow. I'm not staying in the same place no more. We only going up, not back. We can't go back. So yes,
not you dropping that gem. Okay. Period. So how would you say that this kind of goes into what you kind of was saying just now? How would you say you grew from your past?
Yes. I'd say, for real, just getting closer to God, really, really getting closer to God, sis. Like that was the only way I could grow, because I feel like I was just operating off my own strength, and we can't do that. If we do that, then and I've been doing that, and I seen where it got me.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, and that's why like I'm done doing things Makayla's way.
Yeah.
I'm 100% surrendering everything to God. I'm surrendering daily, because it's always something, like we're always trying to fight our flesh every single day, you know, to be a clear representation of God. Like that's what he wants. So I feel like that is the only reason why I've been able to just come back from so many situations and get through them. Like, and like I said, to people, it'll sound cliche, but until you really get into your own relationship with him, you'll get like, that's where she getting all her strength from. That's how she came back from, you know, this person messing her up, messing her head up for years and hurting her heart for so long. And that's how she came back from, you know, this, that, and the third. Like I've been through so many different things, but you know, I don't look like what I've been through because of God. And like I said, all glory to him. I can't take credit for nothing.
Exactly.
For anything. Like I take up his cross daily.
Yeah.
Daily.
Love it.
And it's a real thing. So yes, that's how I feel like I've gotten through everything that I've gotten through in the past.
Go girl.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Listen, period. So what is a trauma that you've been through that was deep, that affected you in your childhood, in your adulthood? Does it still affect you, or have God released it from you?
So good. So going back to what I was saying earlier about my my relationship, I've only really been in one relationship my whole entire life. So that was the person I got with when I was 15 and stuff. And girl, that was just a whole long situation. It was going on for years, on and off and stuff, just toxic, girl. And, you know, I was getting drugged to the ground, girl, because, you know, at that age, of course, there's no excuse, but I know, like, you know, guys, they're just, you know, they're so immature. And, you know, when you're sinning and having sex and you're giving your body up, you know, we're doing all these things. I'm getting how your feelings, you know, that the flesh, all that stuff is real. Like I believe that, you know, spirits and all that, that's a real thing. And so, you know, when you're having sex and stuff with this person, we're kids, we're 15, we're 16. So we don't even understand what we're doing for real. And I'm, you know, I'm carrying the weight that he got. If he's carrying demons and stuff, he's not even good. Like, you know, all that type of stuff got mixed in. And then, you know, cheating got involved and stuff like that. Like, and I was getting cheated on for years, like, and, you know, left me, came back to me. I allowed him, like, it was a real thing, y'all. And I am just, like I said, I don't look like what I've been through. Like, people wouldn't even expect that, you know, a guy left me and, you know, left me for another girl, got into a whole relationship with her and came back to me. And like, it's, you know, and I let him, and still he really wasn't even taking me serious and having sex with all these different girls. Like it was a real thing. And I was going through that at a young age, like 16, 17, that's a young age. And you don't even really understand how to get through those type of things because, you know, again, like when you're mixing sex and all these things in it, like, it's just like, it just makes it worse. So nonetheless, I was dealing with that for years, all the way up until I was 21 years old. I believe it was 21 or 20. I think it was 21. Yeah, I was 21, and I finally let it go for good. So 15 to 21, sis. You can imagine how long that was, and just being unhappy and dealing with the same stuff. And girl, I was keep saying this. You gonna know when you tired of being tired, and when he gonna bring you
clock that tea. Okay. Listen, clock that.
You know, come on. And so, you know, he gonna bring you. It sucks that I was just talking to my sister about this a couple weeks ago. Like, it sucks that, you know, he gotta bring you some people for you to really come to him and give your whole life to him. He gotta strip you. Yeah. He gotta strip you down. Like, whether it's with your house or your relationship, your marriage, like, if that's your God, he gonna take it away because you're not understanding that you can't do that. Exactly. You can't do that. Like, you can't idolize nobody, nothing. Like, and that's what I did for sure. Like, honey, you already know at that age, like 16, my man's all about him.
Everything.
That's my everything. Yeah. And I was not thinking about no God. I wasn't thinking about thinking clearly. I'm just trying to dedicate my whole life for real to him. And whatever else I got going on, cheering and stuff like that, it was, you know, I cared about that, but it was all about him. And, you know, at that age, you're driving and stuff. So you think you've grown, you know, all these different things. And so, you know, that followed me until, you know, going after high school and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm 21 now. This man still don't really want to be with me for real. Like, I done been through, you know, some deaths and stuff. That, I mean, my grand, which is my grandma's mom, like, you know, I was so close to her. And around that time, like, she had passed away. I had another serious death right after that. And that was my wake up call, sis. Like, I knew, I said, hold on, life is too short. And I'm going to keep putting up with this same stuff. He's still playing in my face. And it's all because what? Number one, I don't want to be alone. And number two, like, I love him so much, but I don't want to let it go. And I'm like, no, like, do you understand how God sees you? Like, God see, when you understand how he sees you, you won't let nobody treat you nothing less. And anything that's from God, you'll know, because you'll feel that love. Like, and that's why now, like, I don't play about being with a godly man. Like, that's, right. You know, because if he knows God and he loves God, then he can only treat you exactly, you know, exactly.
And he actually follows God. Because some of them play in your face.
They do, and they do, and they do, and it shows. It shows over time. A real man of God, like, it shows over time. If you really,
and also a real woman of God, it shows, because everything that glitter ain't gold.
Woo. Come on, come on. Hey. So good, sis. So good.
Okay. I love this.
Yes.
So we are getting into our closing questions. What advice would you give yourself, your younger self? And what advice would you give to a young lady watching, or a younger person watching? So somewhere in the teens, somewhere in the 20s.
Okay, I love that.
You know, those.
Okay, so I'd say for sure, number one, find a relationship with God, build it. I know when you're so young, it's hard to, like, really get that and understand that. So just starting somewhere, because girl, if I could have started my relationship with God at a teenage age, honey, I know I would be so far, but God's plan, and he knew what he was doing. So, but that's why I just always try to just preach to the youth and just tell the youth, like, please have a relationship with God. So number one, that. Number two, after God, put yourself first. Like, don't worry about these boys. Like, I'm not going to say, like, don't have fun and, you know, date, do that, but don't give your body away. And I know that it sounds so, again, cliche, because I know you hear your mama saying that, like, don't be having sex, but when you really understand, when you get older, what sex comes with and why God wants us to wait until marriage, it's a real thing. And, you know, I wish that I would have waited. I lost my virginity at 15 years old, y'all. 15 years old, and I don't regret anything, of course, now. The old me did, but I know that I had, you got to go through things to be able to, you can't talk about nothing you ain't been through. Period, point blank. Ain't nobody gonna respect you. How you know?
You got to go through things to grow through things.
Come on.
That's why. Hello.
But the biggest thing I learned too, sis, if you can learn from other people's mistakes,
you don't have to make the same mistakes.
Do that. And God does that for a reason. And I feel like, you know, God has orchestrated, you know, so many things in my life to where, like, I get a front row seat of other people's lives and their mistakes. And I'm like, oh, I ain't going to do that.
Yeah, because I think you watch them go through things and you still grow through things. And people don't realize that it's adjacent to, like, it doesn't always have to be, oh, just me. And I need to be the one going through it. That's why they say success leaves clues, because if I can get what you have, I don't have to go down that same rabbit hole.
Jesus.
You know? And I feel like that's why I'm so thankful for, like, TikTok and things like that on my journey of YouTube, because it really helped me as I study. It helps me with my podcast and how I want to angle it and making sure I do it for me and in the way that I want to do it and making sure that my story comes out of it, you know?
Come on, sis.
So I feel like that's literally amazing to be able to give advice, like, go and get that relationship, that vertical relationship with God. Listen, because without God, baby,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Woo!
And learn yourself. When I say put yourself first, learn yourself. Like, you know, figure out what you like. Like, your teenage years are, like, it's some of your prime years for sure. Like, you know, I know they say that about your early 20s, and it is, but I feel like teenage years, like, that's where you can really, like, kind of, like, start that foundation, you know, for sure.
And not just what you like. Figure out what you like, and that is amazing you said that. Figure out what you like and don't like too. Not what you put up with.
Right. Come on.
That's a different thing. We put up with things that we don't like all the time in relationships and friendships and jobs and life with family. All those things, we put up with things that we know for a fact we hate, or we know for a fact we don't like. I don't really like to say hate, but we know for a fact we don't like, and we put up with those things. So find something that your heart likes.
Jesus.
So and it aligns with Christ.
Absolutely. Come on, sis.
I love
yes. Thank you.
I love your advice. That was amazing. Now, what advice would you want from me and from the audience? It could be separate. That could help you go and grow.
Okay. Well, I guess my question would be for you, like, with you being a mom. Mm-hmm. I love it because, again, like, I'm not rushing for it. Definitely not rushing, but that is it's a desire of mine. Like, I'm so passionate about kids. Like, I love babies and kids. Like, my two favorite things in the world are babies and dogs. Like, I have the softest heart for those two things. But of course, it's bigger than that for me. When
you want a niece?
Yeah, girl, I got a niece and a nephew, so that's why I ain't rushing. But I do know that, like, being able to build my my own legacy and give my kids everything that, even though my family phenomenal, they gave me everything I needed and more. But I feel like in some areas, like our parents, they only know what they were raised on and what So
it's okay. Give you what they have.
Exactly. And so but now, of course, like, we're breaking generational curses. Like, we're not being the same as our parents, and they want us to be better than them. Yeah. That's the point. So like, that's really one of the main reasons why I do want to start a family. Like, I want to be that mother for my kids. I want to show them that it's so much more to life than just the bare minimum. Like, you reach for the stars, and God has so much for you when you just go and seek him. Like, you gotta put him first. So I want that. And so I would ask you, like, what's your advice on, I guess, like, just motherhood? Like, what would you, because, like I said, it's God's timing. But if he did say, in a few years that he wanted me to be a mom, like, I would be 100% down for it. So, but sometimes we not ask for things, but we want things that we don't even know for real what it comes with. I have a sister, like I said, and I have a niece and a nephew. So, she tells me all the time, she always gives me advice about being a mom and stuff. But I would like to know from you, like, what's your advice on motherhood?
I would say this. I would say wait until God tells you yes.
Absolutely.
Because when God doesn't tell you yes, it comes with chaos and it comes with confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. And you have to deal with a lot of the baby mama and baby daddy allegations that people put up with, because sometimes it comes with a broken home. Sometimes it doesn't, but you just don't really know. And if you are doing things before you're ready and before you will never really fully be ready to be a mother. But when you're doing things before God is ready for it to happen for you, things don't align. It may eventually align, but you got to go through all this stuff. Like you said, learn from other people. Now you got to go through all this stuff you didn't have to go through if you just was patient. Ooh. And I feel like God will give you, just like God gives you the spirit, and he tells you, like, all right, like, this is it, or this is your time, or this is what you need to be doing. He will release that for you to be a mother as well, and also for the father to be a father. And I feel like it is important for both of you to be on one accord, because if he wants a kid and you don't, or you want a kid now and he doesn't, it's going to come with chaos. So you want to make sure that y'all are aligned. Absolutely. And you want to make sure that you're going after Christ. Woo. And I would say this, be in a position financially,
that part,
to where that you're not hurting. Like, you're not, like, you definitely don't want to be thinking about where your next meal is going to come from. And you also want to be in a position that you have cushion, some form of cushion, because parenthood is going to come with obstacles, and you may not already, always be ready for it. Like, I had a preemie and I wasn't ready for a lot of things that came with that, but I wasn't going to fully be ready for all of it, but certain things I would have been more prepared. My life could have been more in a better position. Like, absolutely. I had my daughter and I was struggling at times. You get what I'm saying? I was figuring out life. I was figuring out mentally, where I was, and like, I was in a dark place pregnant,
Wow.
And that's something I'll talk about later, but it got really deep in that situation, But I would say that you want to make sure that you look at things and make sure you're not selfish. Because now it ain't about you
anymore.
It's
not about you no more.
It's going to be about, but you got to remember that it needs to return back to you.
Come on.
Because the thing is, some people get so caught up in being a parent that they no longer know how to be themselves, by themselves. Not you as a wife, not you as a mom. Who are you by yourself? And sometimes people forget that. And I feel like the advice I would give is, after you create a seed and after you are learning the process, there's no rule book to it, make sure you don't forget about you.
I love it.
And then also make sure that you're creating healthy boundaries with you in the father and you and the child.
Absolutely.
So that you can have an easier transition. Now, kids gonna be kids, baby.
They are. We can't control that. Right.
Hey, you don't know how your kids
right.
gonna come out, baby. You gonna reap what you sow in some parts of life. You know, and because God be
look.
But listen, but you're going to love your child so much, and I know that you're going to be an amazing mom. And the fact that you're even asking people questions, and the fact that you're trying to get information, and the fact that it's something that you want to grow into and you want to obtain, like God is going to give it to you. I would just say, just wait.
Absolutely,
like wait on God. And that will be my biggest advice to you, is to wait on God. He'll give you everything you need and more. And he will tell you when it's time. And when it's time, you're going to carry wonderfully. You're going to have a blessed baby, a healthy baby. You're going to be blessed and healthy. Your husband's going to be blessed and healthy. And y'all are going to be able to go and grow.
Absolutely, sis. Absolutely.
So,
and marriage is definitely what I want to wait on. Like, I can't even think about trying, and that's, I guess it all falls in the same category with like wanting to wait until marriage to have sex again. Like, that is just not, it all makes sense. Like, and
I'm abstinent too.
Come on. I love it. So. You don't hear it often at this age.
I ain't gonna say I don't struggle with it, because it's a struggle.
Absolutely, especially if you're dating.
And I wouldn't say I'm there yet to say I'm waiting to marriage, because I haven't established that within my heart yet. I hope to get there one day, but I feel like mine is just until I find someone that I know that is ready for marriage and wants me.
I love
to be married to me. Like, I want it to be like, oh, that's my wife. And I want me to be like, that's my husband. That's when, and maybe at that time I'll figure out that I don't even want to do it then, and he figures out he doesn't want to do it then, and that'll be a blessing. But
absolutely. And I'm gonna be praying over you, sis, for sure.
Thank you.
Because I see big things happening for you. Like I say, you don't look like what you've been through. All the stuff that you done say, like, what?
Thank you.
So come on, girl. You're just gonna keep being you're a walking testimony. Like, that's what we both are, and we're here to serve, sis, and help other women. Like, this is gonna be an amazing podcast. I'm giving you all your flowers right now, because you're working hard, sis, behind closed doors. This is beautiful. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Well, this leads us to our closing question.
Okay.
Tell the folks. Tell them, what will you go and grow from after this episode?
Ooh, what will I go and grow from? So I will go and grow from, definitely, just talking about all of this has made me realize that, like, I don't want to procrastinate anymore with anything in my life. It's such a huge thing, since procrastination just holds me back from so much. It's
procrastination not even funny. Is deep.
It's not even funny. And like I said, just hearing this whole conversation that we just did, like, I'm just like, like, I'm ready to just keep walking this walk with God. I'm ready to keep getting into my Bible every single day and learning him, so that I can be the woman that he wants me to be, so that I can keep attracting these blessings. Like, I'm so grateful for where I'm at. Like, girl, I just have to always keep looking back. I gotta remember. He wants us to remember. Sis, come on. So I'm just so excited. I'm gonna keep working on that, keep surrendering, not procrastinating. That's what I'm surrendering. Procrastinating. And I wish that for everybody, because that's a real thing. It's a real thing. So just going after my goals, and even what we just talked about, like, even though I'm not going after motherhood, like, I want to keep learning how God, like, I'm learning how he views marriage, and all those, a wife, like, I want to know how he views a mother, like, how does God's way, how he views
start
it.
To operate in those
Come
forms,
on.
not fully like, oh, I'm gonna be a mom, but starting to operate in those forms, just like millionaire status. You want to be a millionaire, so operate in it. Start seeing and looking up and getting connected to people who are in the position you would desire, so that you can see how they live, see how they do things. Of course, make sure everything aligns with God, but whoever you're following, if you're following God, you're looking at someone who's following God.
Come on.
And once you're doing that, you make sure that you are looking and catching the clues, and start resembling those things in your life, and start manifesting that it's already came to pass. And then God is going to give you everything. You're going to start seeing those blessings. And the more blessings going to keep coming in and coming in. So my advice to y'all is never stop growing, but also, just like how she said, bless. Stay blessed and understand that you are blessed. Even when you mess up, even when you do something wrong, even in those sins, that doesn't mean continue to do them.
Come on.
Because the more you change your heart and the more you get closer to God, the more those things will start to fall off. It'll start to shed.
Yes.
The skin will start to come off. It will shed because that's God in releasing those things, but that's you realizing you no longer want to do it. And now it's not I can't do it. It's I don't want to do it.
Woo!
And make sure that you know that you're capable of anything that you desire to do. You can do whatever you desire to do. And I mean whatever. It doesn't matter what it look like. It don't matter where you come from.
Come on.
It don't matter what you've been through. It don't matter what people think about you. It don't matter what your family think about you.
Oh my gosh.
It don't matter what the next person say about you.
Jesus.
If God had it for you and it's written,
it's already done.
It's done. And just operate in the finished. It's done. It's finished. Walk in it until you.
That's so beautiful.
Your business is finished. Everything you need is already done. Walk in it. It's already done. It's already prospering. And I'm here to tell you it's going to happen before you think it is going to happen. And just walk in that, and your relationship continue to walk in Christ, and it will continue to be blessed.
Thank you, sis. And I want to just piggyback off of what she said with giving advice, y'all. I know that we are just so quick to ask God for something. Every single time we fix our lips to pray, we always ask and ask and ask. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned, another big thing that I've learned with my walk with God, like, we need to consistently show gratitude every single day. Like, before you even fix your lips to ask him for something in the morning and at night when you pray, you need to give him gratitude. Tell him how good he is. Jesus, you are my father. Jesus, you are my believer. Like, Jesus, you are everything. You are everything to me. And it's like, thank you for what you already have.
Yeah.
God, you are amazing. Thank you for your son, Jesus. Like, this is a real thing.
Everything. I tell my daughter every night when we pray, like, I say, thank you, God. I tell her to repeat after me, like, thank you, God, for my limbs. Thank you, God, for my senses. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning, because we think that those are minute, but there's people who can't see. There's people who can't hear. There's people who can't smell. There's people who can't do a lot of things.
And we complaining.
And if you wake up with all those things, you got everything you need right there. So be thankful.
She said it.
And give yourself grace.
Come on.
You ain't going to get it right every time.
No.
But give yourself grace and lead with that. So I want to say, to close this up, I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
I want to thank you for showing my platform your wonderful, warm, beautiful spirit. And I want to thank you for just constantly showing up for yourself. And I thank you for coming out and taking this serious, because it's my baby.
Yes.
And taking this serious and really, like, locking in with me. And I definitely appreciate it.
First of all, I love you, sis.
I
love you so much. And thank you for even having me. Like, this is a big deal. And I knew when you really locked in with me about this, I was like, yeah, this is going to be huge. Like, this is going to be big. I'm claiming it for you now. Like, if I could just touch one soul, sis, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. So I appreciate you so much. And like I said, you are a light. You are a light. So light gravitates to light.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So yes, you're welcome. I love you. Welcome.
So y'all already know, this is Go and Grow Podcast, and I am Dasha, and this is
Makayla,
and we are out.
See y'all later.